Hello everyone, we're back with another coffee tasting. Today we're going to taste a dark roast, Sumatra Mandheling. So for today's coffee we're going to use the Moka Pot. This is a Moka Pot. It makes about 4 ounces of stovetop espresso. This is traditional Italian espresso. Too often you may have seen a Moka Pot on someone's counter or shelf, more for decoration than anything else. But I'm going to show you how you can make an amazing espresso at home using the Moka Pot. So let's make some coffee. All right, so let's make a Moka Pot espresso. So first, we're going to need some beans. We're going to use about 15 grams, and that will get us a double shot of espresso. We're going to use a fine grind, kind of like I would use for an AeroPress. All right, you can see there, you can see we got a nice dark roast, pretty fine on the grind. So your Moka Pot's going to have 3 components to it. Okay, your bottom part, this is where we're going to put our water in, and we're going to fill our water to just below the valve. And we're going to use hot water, so that's one of the best tips on here is using hot water already. And then we're going to put our grounds in this little basket, lightly tap it down, and then we will screw on the top. So the whole idea here is as the water heats from the bottom up, it pushes out and then you get a nice nectar of the coffee gods on the top. So I have some boiling water here. I also have my stovetop on. Don't want to touch that. Okay. So pouring in the hot water. This is just off the boil. The hotter the water, the better, as the quicker this is going to go. And you want this to be quick. If you start with cold water, it can end up taking too long, and then the taste is just not what you're going to be looking for. So press that down. You see we got it nice and full. Ideally trying to get all the grounds away from the side. So you got to be careful here. The bottom part is very, very hot, but you can still kind of lightly touch it just enough so we can screw this on. All right, so now we're making some espresso. This will go pretty quick. With this particular model, I can see the espresso coming out the top. So as soon as this pours, we're going to want to pour it right out. All right, we can look in there, you can see it coming. And that's going to be good. That went quick, just like we wanted. And we're going to pour it fast. Maybe just a touch more in there. If you leave it in there too long, it can end up tasting burnt. So that's why I don't want to let it sit in there very long. I bet I got just a little bit more. Perfect. Look at that. Nice Italian espresso straight from the source, the Moka Pot. So let's give this thing a taste. We're back with our espresso. Let's give it a taste. So the reason I chose to do a dark roast in the Moka Pot is that's what I think turns out the best. You can do medium roast, you can do a light roast, but I think that dark roast in the Moka Pot tastes the best. Also, because that Moka Pot was brought to a boil, it's going to be very, very hot. So I let this set for a second, and it's still very warm. I can feel it right now. Let's give it a taste. Ooh, that is intense. That is rich. Sumatran coffees have more of an earthy, heavier tone to them. Just more syrupy, it sits in my tongue. There's a dark chocolate note in here, a little bit of a pipe tobacco, a little bit of cedar. This is an intense shot and it is super good. So if you like espresso, check out making a Moka Pot at home. They're pretty inexpensive. You can make them. Get some great V-roastery beans to go along with them. I recommend Sumatra Mandheling. Have a great day.